Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about how you can increase your sales. Let's go. Welcome to this week's Rogers McKee YouTube video. So in this week's episode, we're back to the trusty whiteboard, and we're going to be discussing how to increase the level of sales. So we've spoken over the last couple of weeks in the last few videos about how to build a sales funnel and how to sell anything to anybody, and we're talking now about how to increase the sales that you're doing. So we're assuming that you're relatively successful, we're assuming that you're selling, but how do you increase that? And I've come up with 5 sort of things that you need to be mindful of in order to sell more products or more of your service. So this is fine for anybody that runs a business, or if you're on a desk and you're recruiting, how do you generate more business through sales? So the first thing is you've got to know who your avatar client is. Who is your ideal client? And you probably need to be making a list of clients that you want to be trading with. Make sure that they're on your CRM, and you need to have them front and center of your mind. Who are those clients that are going to change your business or change your desk? Who are those clients that use your service or your product a lot, and how are you going to get in front of them? And it's all about trying to get in front of them. What do you, or how, or who are those people? Obviously LinkedIn's a great tool. I mean, if you're working in recruitment, you're going to be on LinkedIn. If you're not working in recruitment, but you are a business owner, get on LinkedIn. Make sure that you're connected with all of the people that work for your, or that are decision makers within your avatar client. Sounds simple, but the amount of people that don't know who their target client base are or is incredible, and that's the first point. You've got to know who you're targeting. Secondly, how do they like to be communicated to and with? So when I started out in recruitment, everything had to be on the phone. You had to speak to them on the phone. You had to do 2 hours of sales on the phone. You had to do 100 outbound sales calls a day on the phone. Not everybody likes being communicated with in the same way. So you'll see it yourself in your own business or on your own desk. If you're sending out bulk mail shots now to people on email, the open rate's reducing, the conversion rate that you're getting off it is reducing. And that's probably because, I don't know about you, but when I log onto my emails, if I'm away from my desk for half an hour, when I come back, I've got hundreds of emails that are unopened that I've then got to start dealing with. And everybody's the same. You know, if you're in a job where you're out and about a lot, the minute you get to your desk, you must have thousands of emails to have to try and trawl through. And anything that's not immediately pressing, people are just going to delete without opening. So it's fine to send emails, but you need to be aware that the open rates are coming down, that the response rate's coming down. And if you are sending emails, you've got to make sure that the hook on the subject line is going to be enough to get them to open it, and that the copy is perfect, and that there's a call to action in that email. But invariably that's not going to be the case, and you're not going to get the return you want. So find out how your avatar client likes to be communicated with. I was always taught that like WhatsApp's an informal way of communicating with clients and isn't the done thing, but a lot of clients now, they're on the go, they're not at the desk. We've all got mobile phones. We're all quite mobile in terms of how we operate and how we conduct our day to day. I mean, I've got meetings all week this week and I'm hardly in the office. I'm certainly not in the office for any full day this week. And everybody's going to be the same. So if somebody WhatsApps me, they can get me. If they send me an email, the chances of me replying to that are relatively slim, unless it's something that I absolutely need to deal with. So maybe your clients do like a WhatsApp or a text or a voice note. Understand how your avatar client likes to be communicated with, and communicate with them in that method, because there's no point in asking them how they like to be communicated with. Yeah, I like people to communicate with me on WhatsApp, and then continue to phone call them or send them emails. You're not listening to them, you're not going to convert the sale, you're not going to increase your sales. The next one is something that is very different, but I don't think many people do, and that's to send lumpy mail. So an email will get deleted. How are you going to guarantee that you're going to get onto the decision maker's desk? Send them a letter. Send them something physical in the post. If it's a product that you're selling, send them a sample of your product. Give them something that's going to get through the gatekeeper and it's going to end up on the decision maker's desk. If you're sending emails, it's being filtered out likely by the gatekeeper anyway. If you're in business, send them lumpy mail. So we try a few different things. One of the ones that I like is sending out tea bags. Fancy a brew? Have a drink on me. Can we have a chat over a brew? And include the tea bag in the letter. You've got to make sure that your copy's good. You've got to make sure that there's a brochure in there that tells them what you do. You've got to make sure that there's a call to action, that you're going to get a result, that you're going to be able to convert some meetings. But it's going to get on the decision maker's desk. Emails, they're just getting deleted. We've spoke about that. Try a different way. Lumpy mail. What can you include in an envelope that's going to grab somebody's attention? And it depends obviously what service you're selling or what product you're selling, but work it around that. It's a great way. We've got business off it, and I'm sure you can increase your sales by doing it. And following on from that, number 4, stand out. So obviously, if you're sending lumpy mail, you're going to stand out. How else can you stand out? What solution can you provide? So if you're a service-based business like recruitment, what solution are you going to provide? We can't go to our clients and say we're a recruiter. That's what we're a recruiter. We've got to solve problems. We've got to know what pain points our clients have, and we've got to come up with, well, what's our USP? How do we solve those problems? How do we reduce the time it takes for hiring candidates? How do we reduce the cost of onboarding for our clients? What extra added benefits can we give them in terms of salary, benchmarking reviews, or surveys that we can send out to our candidate pool and get the information for them and put it into a nice little brochure for them so that they can use that internally in terms of their recruitment methods. Stand out, do something different, give things away for free. So for all of our clients that work with us at the minute, if they provide us with a permanent opportunity and we place a permanent candidate, we may offer them something for free in return. There's a few things that we've got kicking about at the minute, but clients always expect discounts forever. They don't expect free forever, so it's better to give something away for free than it is to discount an invoice, for instance. But how can you stand out? You know, like I say, we're in recruitment. It's a very noisy market. There's a lot of recruiters in the UK. If you go onto LinkedIn, start connecting with recruiters, you'll fill up your quota of 30,000 connections like that, and you won't have even touched the surface. So how do you stand out in that busy market? And finally, and something that people don't do, follow up. Make sure that you're constantly following up with your avatar clients and not just ringing up to check in with them and see how they're getting on, because that's your quota of calls hit again for the week. Find a reason on the call or the communication with them. Find that reason for the follow-up. It could be that they're tendering for a big project. It could be that they're waiting for a big investment to come in. It could be that they're expecting to have to grow one of the departments because of a large order that they've won. What's the reason for the follow-up? And make sure that you do it, because there's going to be so many companies, so many of your competitors that aren't organised, that don't diarise that follow-up, that don't make that follow-up. They're going to stand out for the wrong reasons, but if you follow up when you say you're going to follow up, it gives you credibility. You're trustworthy because you've done what you said you're going to do. It's all positives. They're going to use your services when the time is right. So find a reason to follow up with your avatar client when you're communicating with them in the way that they want you to, and make sure that you follow up when you say you're going to. And I guarantee if you do those things and give lumpy mail a go, make sure you give that a go, because it'll make a massive difference. But if you follow that 5-step process, if you're doing all those things, I guarantee you're going to increase your sales. And who doesn't want to increase the sales? If you're a business owner, you want to generate more revenue. If you're a recruiter, you're going to want to increase your billings. And the only way to do that is to increase your sales. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If there's anything that you want to add to it and anything that you think I've missed off, please feel free to put it in the comments below. And we are trying to grow the channel. We are trying to get the videos out to more people out there, and we are taking on board all of your advice. So, all I would ask in return is if you can subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified every time a new video drops, More importantly, the more subscribers we have, the YouTube algorithms love them, the videos go out to more people, they're pushed out to more people, and it means that we can then in turn build the brand, build the channel, and hopefully get some fantastic videos put together for you. But in the meantime, have a great week. We'll be back next week at the same time, and don't forget, subscribe to the channel. See you then. Bye bye.